The NBA is horrified of this. A developing story on social media regarding this Cavs player and some news that could have a detrimental effect on the rest of the NBA, but a great impact for the Cleveland Cavaliers. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Cavs Digest. I'm your host, Darayus Sethna. Thanks so much for joining me on today's episode. Have some stuff I want to break down for you today, but before we get into the show, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the Cavs Digest YouTube channel. We've been making content for you all summer long. Still in the dog days of the NBA offseason, so can't wait for a couple months. We'll have the regular season underway. Preseason will be here really before you know it. Summer's been flying by, as we know. But yeah, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the Cavs Digest YouTube channel, and let's get it on. I want to talk about this developing story that I saw a couple of days ago on social media regarding Cavs power forward Evan Mobley. And I was, again, doing some digging on Google, seeing what may be relevant stories that I think I could talk about here on the show. And this is one that really was popped up, one of the first options, and it was really a good article. It was on this blog site called Essentially Sports. So kind of almost like one of those Feared the Swords or, third-party sites like we do here at Digest Media, but in this case, a lot more written content, but nonetheless, still very informative, some good stuff here. But the reason I want to get into this article a little bit more is because it discusses a change in Evan Mobley that a lot of Cavs fans have been screaming for over the past few years. So, as we know, Evan Mobley coming off a Defensive Player of the Year award this past season, helping the Cavs to a 64-18 regular season record, and was really one of the more dominating forces on the Cleveland Cavaliers all season long. Proved that he could flourish under first-year head coach Kenny Atkinson's system, bought into the team culture. The other stars on the team, like Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, bought into what he was doing as well. They gave him the keys to the kingdom, and he responded. So this was a huge year for Mobley, and I think this Defensive Player of the Year award is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the potential that he should be able to live up to in years to come for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And a lot of Cavs fans know Tower City, the Twin Towers for the Cleveland Cavaliers, along with Evan Mobley, also is Jarrett Allen. They have really created one of the best interior defenses and overall interior forces in the National Basketball Association. Honestly, on both sides of the floor. Talked about their defense, their ability to switch, right? But then on offense as well. Offensive rebounds, put-back dunks, the ability to handle the ball, especially in Mobley's case. Jarrett Allen, just that glue guy, does whatever you need him to do on the court. These two guys have been essential for the Cavaliers' plan and the Cavaliers' overall progress throughout these last 4 years. But that's not the news. That's nothing new. Pretty much everybody, especially all you diehard Cavs fans like myself, knew about this already. And just some numbers to back it up a little bit here for Evan Mobley. The numbers really do speak for themselves, and I've shown this graphic a few times here over the summer, but you look at those minutes per game, right? It's that trust that he's getting from Kenny Atkinson to play 31 minutes a game, 19 points per game, 10 rebounds per game, and then look at those last two columns there, the field goal percentage. Once again, efficient season for him, 56% from the field, and then, like I said, the big one, the big step. If there's any of these stats that I feel great about, it's that last one, the three-point shooting. You could definitely see throughout the course of this season that Evan Mobley made a conservative effort to really improve his three-point game, and it showed throughout the course of the season. It's not like he had just, a streak here and there or anything like that. Throughout the course of this past season, Evan Mobley was a threat from three-point range. Now, I'm not going to go, off the rails here and say, he was Steph Curry or Klay Thompson and now he's a catch-and-shoot guy or anything like that. Absolutely not. But he certainly showed that he made a dedicated effort to improve his perimeter game on offense, and he certainly stepped up to that challenge. Now, like I said, none of this information is really new. So you're probably asking, Darayus, what's the point of this video here? Well, I want to show you a recent social media post that was on the Hoops Hall Instagram. And it was a post of Evan Mobley on the beach somewhere. I have absolutely no clue where he was, and I'll enlarge this picture here for you. But this was just to show you what the post was. Like I said, on Hoops Hall Twitter, kind of gives you a comparison of Evan Mobley this offseason and Evan Mobley in his rookie year. But that picture on the left is what Cavs fans should be incredibly excited about. Here's a little bit of a more enlarged photo. Yes, that is Evan Mobley. Like I said, I have no clue where he is, if he's on vacation, if he's training, what he's doing. I do know that he has certainly been in the weight room this summer, and that is what Cavs fans have been clamoring for, especially with him and Jarrett Allen. Beef up, so when it's time to, play against these playoff caliber teams who have quality centers in their lineup, you can go bank for buck with them. That is what Cavs fans have wanted. And my goodness, if you look at Evan Mobley in that photo, that is a guy who he looks, what does everybody say now, shredded, right? He looks fantastic. He honestly looks like he could play center full time for the Cavs now with that type of, with that muscle, right? Can go tit for tat with other guys in the paint. So I was really floored when I saw this picture in a very good way. This is what Cavs fans want to see. Someone who, is spending time and knows what he needs to work on. I think that's the big thing as well. It's easy for people to say, oh, well, I can work on this, or, whatever. When you know specifically, hey, I need to get stronger. Hey, I need to improve my shooting. I need to get better from a mental perspective in terms of how I understand the game, conceptually, things like that. Whatever element that is, when you know what you need to work on and then you spend that off season really digging deep into what it is, you're going to improve on it. And Evan Mobley is showing us as Cavs fans that he knows, hey, I need to work on getting stronger. Last offseason, hey, I know I need to be a better perimeter shooter. He's picking certain elements of his game to work on every summer, and I think that's ultimately what makes this just even scarier. Let's look at even an old photo of Evan Mobley here real quick, okay? So this is Evan Mobley, this past season in the playoffs, right? And it looks like the Evan Mobley that most of us have, come to know, right? The skinny arms, lanky frame, right? But you look what he was able to do in this offseason, doing it the right way, getting in the weight room. Whatever he had to do, he got stronger. And this should have Cavs fans fired up because now when you look at it, he's going to be able to really take his game to the next level. And because of that, because he'll have more responsibility on his shoulders, I'm interested to see what this could do for Jarrett Allen, right? And, this is kind of a player who has a similar frame like Evan Mobley. Tall, can block shots, do all that stuff, is athletic, but certainly on the skinnier side, if you will. I mean, I'm not a professional athlete, so Jarrett Allen, skinny in the normal world, is still an enormous human being. Let's not get that mistaken. But I'm interested to see if Mobley is jacked and stronger, what will that mean for Jarrett Allen? Because I'm still thinking he would obviously be the starting center. But how will could the minutes change now? If Evan Mobley is more dominant, stronger, could these two be playing together more? Could they be playing separate more? We'll really see, but I think ultimately at the end of the day, when you compare this photo of Evan Mobley to that photo of Evan Mobley, man, the NBA should be scared about this because we play in a league now, the NBA is a league now where you don't have that prototypical center. A lot of centers, I mean, you look at Oklahoma City, the defending NBA champion, right, had Chet Holmgren, Isaiah Hartenstein, two skinnier centers in the sense, right? It's not like you're going up against Shaq or Hakeem Olajuwon or the likes of Pau Gasol, those type of guys anymore. So there's really a lot more I guess, creativity or individualism when it comes to the physique of centers. In the NBA, you don't have that prototypical big guy that you used to have, 15, 20 years ago in the league. So I'm really excited to see if Mobley can maintain this physique and ultimately keep his athleticism that we all know that he has, that we've seen him produce. What could that mean not only for Jarrett Allen, but for the rest of the Cleveland Cavaliers? Man, this is going to be fun, and this should be some great news for Cavs fans. I'm pretty pumped about this, and I'm sure Evan Mobley is pretty pumped about it as well. We'll see what happens, right? That's why they play the games. We'll ultimately have to see how this plays out on the court, but I'm excited for it, at least for now here in the middle of August. But what are your thoughts? Do you think Evan Mobley should have put on more weight? Should he have stayed the same? Should he have worked on another element of his game? What are your thoughts on Evan Mobley's improvement on his physique? How could this impact the Cavs moving forward? I want to know what you have to say, so make sure you like this video, subscribe to the Cavs YouTube channel, leave your comments. Always love reading about what you guys have to say on the numerous topics we do here on Cavs Digest, and I'll see you again soon here for another episode as the offseason continues. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you soon.